Did a stranger kill JonBenet Ramsey on Christmas all those years ago? If you haven't seen my previous videos in this series, I've done one for Patsy, one for John, and one for Burke. Go back and see them, and let me know what you think. Let me know what your theory is in the comments below. Please like if you do, and subscribe if you haven't. And leaving a comment, even just an emoji, really helps the algorithm. Okay, so things got out of hand really quickly. Was it a stranger? Was it a stranger? Was it a stranger? Boundaries. This is somebody who couldn't get close to the child under normal circumstances. And see if there's something dark just outside the boundary. I think there was somebody waiting in the house. Whether it was a stranger or somebody who knew the house. Because this was one of the things that they said, the police at the time said it couldn't have been a stranger because the person, how would the person know the layout of the house, and how would they know which was JonBenet's bedroom? Well, if a person broke in, or either a person might be like a handyman who had worked inside the house previously, so they knew the layout of the house, or it could be somebody who broke in and lay in wait for the family, and because they knew that the family was out at a Christmas party, they were bored, so they walked around the house, they had a look at the house, and they could very easily figure out which was JonBenet's bedroom. I mean, most girls' bedrooms look very different from anybody else's bedroom in the house. So, and then that would account for that note. I'm just getting intuitively that somebody broke in and lay in wait, and then they got bored, and then they wrote that note. Yeah, new beginnings. Maybe they did want to just kidnap her because they thought that the money would help them out, would give them a new lease on life, a new start in their life. And that's why it was such a long and rambling note, because they had all the time in the world, because they knew the family were out to a Christmas party. We definitely got JonBenet's energy here. Sleeping. I think he watched her when she was sleeping. Oof, creepy. Creepy. And then he took her downstairs very quickly. Before she could recover, before she could wake up, he took her down. Action. He moved her very quickly. And then I think she started to wake up. And his insight was, or his fear was, that she would start to make a noise. Please let me know in the comments what you think happened. Also, leaving just an emoji really helps my channel. It didn't go the way he had planned. I think she was feisty. And she was probably struggling. Disconnection. The fantasy that he had in his head didn't play out in the way that he had anticipated. Hydra. This is when you chop off one head of a monster, the other head grows back, or another head grows back. So I'm thinking this is why he used the garrote to strangle her, and I just get the creepy feeling that the garrote was some kind of a sexual pleasure, sadistic thing going on, and he was worried that she was going to make a noise, and then he hit her on the head as well, because she had a big injury on her skull. And the fact that the Patsy's paintbrushes were used in the garrote had nothing to do with Patsy whatsoever. Medusa, very much snake energy. This guy, when they catch him, is going to have a lot of prior assaults on children, on women. two-faced. People around him know that he is creepy, but he's maybe in the shadows, in the background. I'm not sure that it's somebody that they knew, that the family knew, because I think if Patsy had met him, she would have had a very creepy feeling about him. And maybe she had met him. Hades, the underground, very wicked. Very wicked. Yeah, this is somebody who's probably killed before. This is somebody who's probably, well, definitely killed since. And definitely there's a lot of sexual deviancy going on. And I don't understand why they've never matched his DNA, because they found DNA on this is unidentified male DNA on her underwear, and on the waistband of her pajamas. And I'm not sure if they've ever tested the garrote for DNA. I just know from other cases that when you use an implement to strangle somebody, your fingers are slippery, sweaty, and that's a rich source of DNA. And honestly, because it's been so long, I've had a fear that the evidence may have been mishandled. It may have been mistreated in some way. It may have been lost. Illumination. We will find out who solved this. Somebody is going to come out of the darkness into the light. We will find out. We will find out. Change. Werewolf. He's going to go from the shadows into the light. He's going to go from the shadows into the light. And this card says loyalty. Maybe somebody else knows about it and they're going to break their silence. They've been loyal to him all these years, but they're going to break their silence. There was also a sexual assault in a similar area within a few months of JonBenet's murder, where somebody a young girl was attacked in their bed, and the mother heard the scream, and the mother chased the person away. But that wasn't publicized a lot at the time. Rest. Is she going to be able to rest in peace? Is there more than one person involved? Because there's two there. I don't get the sense that there's more than one person involved. Vengeance. Somebody might know about it that comes forward. Shadow. They're coming out of the shadow. This will be solved. I'm getting that this will be solved. Mischief. I think that's JonBenet's energy. The sweet little girl, the mischievous child, put into a situation of hell. Vampire. Hunger. Somebody just with a sexual hunger. I'm wondering, there's a female behind there. I'm wondering if a woman knows, because this darkness coming to light is a female energy, and this one here is also female energy. I wonder if, I think it'll be solved by DNA, but I wonder if former partners of this person will come forward after the fact. Banshee, grief. And there's JonBenet, the mermaid, the beauty. Yeah, I think it was a stranger. Either a stranger or somebody who had been in the house before, like like a handyman or something. Boundary. We had boundary. I think, did we have boundary before? When I read on, yeah, boundaries. 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 So this might be the way that the person got in to the house. Something about that. Might point to the, or it could be the crossing of the boundaries, the sexual boundaries, the DNA. I think the person's still alive. I think the perpetrator is still alive. They're old. They're running out of time to solve it. I think that's JonBenet's energy. Just, she was such a strong character in life, and she just wants it solved. She wants it solved. Warning. Warning. I wonder if there was some kind of a warning of somebody crossing boundaries. Focus. Something's going to happen, and it's going to focus the investigation. And once they focus, it's going to be like a you know how when you look through a camera lens and it's out of focus, when you just slightly change the focus, everything makes sense. Everything makes sense. One also says focus. Focus and focus. That's weird. Two cards in the same deck saying focus. Animal. Somebody who looks sweet like a kitten. And that's a wolf hiding in the forest. Snow. This looks like somebody wrapped up. Other people, he's definitely killed others before, and he's definitely molested others before. More bodies might come to light, more, he's dumped people in the forest before. Wow. Just trying to see if I get anything else. This is wild. This is absolutely wild. Maybe he sometimes comes across as a kitty cat, but he's actually the wolf. He's actually the wolf. I'm not sure if he's even in prison at the moment. But he probably has spent time in prison. And look at that fear. Fear. He's got women in his life who fear him, who have crossed him. Not that I think that they will believe that he could do such a thing, or maybe they will believe it, but yeah, wow. If the investigation just switched focus slightly, and he brings chaos. He brings chaos where he goes, well, if he's been in any relationships, the relationships will be chaotic, and his partners will fear him. But he can come across as nice and charming. Real psychopath kind of energy. Hope. His hope has run out. Hope upside down. His hope of remaining undetected is running out, and that's the forest. There's something happening in the forest. I don't know if they will ever find all his bodies, the bodies that he's hidden in the forest. Gratitude. He's grateful for how long he's been able to avoid detection for this particular crime. Reflection. Reflection. The answer will come from JonBenet herself. The answer will come from her body or from the crime scene. Yeah. Wow. Weaving. This might be the genetic genealogy people working on the DNA. Something's happened with the DNA that's made it more difficult, but they're getting closer and closer to an answer. I reckon this will be solved. This might even be solved this year. Wow. Service. Somebody's working on this. Respect. This is the scientists that are now working on it. Mystery. They want to solve the mystery. They may have been working on it for a long time. It's a journey. They want to release JonBenet from forever being trapped in this unsolved mystery. Treasure. They consider it to be a treasure, and the DNA is the treasure that's going to unlock this. Gratification. They're going to be successful. They are going to be successful, and everybody is going to be pleased. Resilience, and there's the snakeheads again. So it's been very difficult. This figure in the background with the lightning bolts. It's been very difficult for the scientists to try. For some reason, there's some issue with the DNA. But look at all these different. His heads. He's definitely a sexual predator. And look at that chimera with the different heads. Synergy. I wonder if they trace him through a relative or a brother, or maybe he's a twin and there's two of them. Maybe he has split personalities. And I don't take split personalities lightly, because my own son has multiple personalities. Freedom. When the scientists find the answers, JonBenet is going to be finally free. Alchemy. Yep, they're going to be using alchemy. They're going to be using all the scientific tricks that they have up their sleeves. Cycles. There's the snake again. What goes round comes round. So it's going to be his genetic material, his DNA, that is going to be the thing that catches him. His wicked snake parts in his body. Oof, that he violates people with. And back here to the scientists, they're doing it out of love. They're doing it out of passion. They're going to be a blessing to the Benet family. Pulling it out of the hat. They really are. They're going to illuminate something. They're doing it out of love and compassion and dedication. It's one of the most difficult cases they've ever worked on. But they feel it's like a sacred duty. They're the guardians of the secret. They will unlock the secret. See the lightning there and the lightning there, as the man with the snake head gets unveiled, and he's trying to hide himself, but he will be revealed. Wow. So yes, I believe it was someone outside of the house. Possibly a stranger, possibly somebody who knew them, an acquaintance, but I'm getting more that it was a stranger, and that he's gone on to commit sexual crimes. Again, he may have been in and out of jail, but there's something weird happening with that DNA. Why have they not been able to get a match in all these years. There might have been something the Boulder police didn't investigate in the way that one would expect them to investigate. So I'll do another reading on that. Why were the investigators so shoddy in this case, and why hasn't it been solved until now? So sending you love and blessings. Please like if you do, subscribe if you haven't, and may the angels walk with you now and always.